And the first thing we'll be talking about is understanding your data and the modeling. I realized from the last class that a lot of people do not understand the data. The tables probably look confusing to people, and you don't know what to drag and what not to drag. And I think I remembered saying the last class that the first thing you should do when you receive the data to work on is to study the table itself. Many people do not fully understand the data structure, what is expected to be featured in the dashboard, and I intentionally did not give you any specifics. So I want you to be very creative and give me dynamic views as a business owner. So we I don't know how to go about it. How many of you are ready to present your dashboard, the dashboard you worked on? I will be giving 4 minutes for presentation of key insights that you think your business owner want to see or the stakeholder want to see. Toyeshi, okay, good. Toyeshi, yes, I want you to raise your hand so we give numbers. Okay, to I don't know the name behind NAAE National Adeyinka 3. Pope, are you there?
Yes, I'm with you.
Okay, great. Can you do the numbering and take note of those numbers so we give them?
All right. So I think we have 4 people so far. Sorry, who is, please, any national, can you please rename yourself? I'm sure that's okay. While he's trying to, Adeyinka number 1, Adewale number 2, Shegun Iwomla number 3, Toyeshi number 4. I'm waiting for the NAE national to rename yourself, please. So while he's doing that, any other person? Aye Dogbo. Toyeshi, okay. Any other person? So we only have 6 people. All right. Hope you are all able to share your screen. I'm going to be starting with Adeyinka. Please, should be able to share your screen now. Please share your screen.
What's your request, Shegun?
Can you see my screen now? Good afternoon, everyone.
Yeah.
Good evening.
Sorry, let Yinka finish before we take on your request, or you just type it. So, Yinka, please
type your request, please. If you have any requests, type it on the chat box. So that
Yinka, please go ahead.
Okay,
you have
good.
4 minutes.
4 minutes for presentation, please.
Okay, good evening, everyone. Okay, so I just want to quickly run you through what I did for the presentation. So I have the data for order on Global Store, and the order that they have for the market, they have the country they are working on, and then it's just representation of what we've done between 2012 to 2016. So from there, what I was able to bring up, okay, I said, okay, let me see what sales. I was able to put up three insights. The first is the total sales report of the store for the period under consideration. The other is to check the profit and loss analysis and how they've been trending, and then the logistics report. So I'll start with the sales. This gives an overview of the total sales for the year under consideration. That's why I have my total sales. Then the profit that they made for the year under consideration, the quantity of, the sum of the quantity of the item that made up the sales, and then the sum they've spent on shipping. So from this profit, that was what brought about, okay, what happened to the loss parts? That's the insight that gave me this profit and loss. So let me go back to the first one. So by the category, I grouped it by category. They have three categories of item that they sell, though it is divided into different subcategory too. So I have the category, the subcategory, then the priority of the order that is being placed that brought about the shipping and how effective or how quickly the orders are shipped out. And then the segments that those categories fall into. Now I have the sum of sales. Now, okay, so the market suit they share, they have the work, their market life circle is around 5 market area, the Asia Pacific, Europe, USA, and so this shows the segment of the market and the segment of each market in each location within the market. Then I also have the sum of sales for the markets and the quantity that each market, the quantity per year that is being sold. Then, so breaking it down, I wanted to see, okay, now for each segment that they have or that they sell, what is the sales? What is the total number of sales that they made per year, year in, year out? And is there any profits? How are they doing? Is there increment? And also that's what brought about this part of my analysis. And then the country shows the area that they are operating. That's on the sales report. Then for the profit and loss, I have a total profit of 1.4.
Your time is actually up, but
Whoa.
go ahead.
Okay, so I have the total profit of 1.4 million. So here I can choose, okay, in the first year, how much did they make? What was the profit? The second year, the third year, and to see if progress is being made. And then per the region, I also have here. So on the profit and loss, there is some on the profit. I discovered that there are some of them has negative value in relation to the discount that was offered. Did the discounts bring about any profit? Does it have any increment in the sales that they sold for that time? Initially, I used the funnel.
Time is
question
up.
from anyone?
Sorry,
Anybody have any question for her?
I was going to ask.
Okay.
I must say that you are very analytical in your thinking, and but I think you perambulated from the beginning. For example, if you go to page 1, go back to page 1.
Okay.
So what you should have just said in page 1, this is the sales report. Overall sales in 5 years, you know, the number of years is 12.6 million, and the profit achieved was 1.47 million, with quantity sold about 178, and sum of shipping costs 1.36 million. And you want to show us sales by markets in Asia, blah 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 blah, in Europe, blah 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 blah, and that should have been enough for that page. Then go to the second page. So second page, the table showing the profit and loss, you are making a very valid point, and those are the areas you should be eating when you are making presentations. How discount influence total sales and profit. You know, those are the key things, because the sum of sales is already there. They can see it already. You may not really need much explanation. The sum of profit is already there. Very good. Don't talk much about it. But insights like this, which are sort of hidden, are the ones you should talk about. Yeah.
The effect of the discount on the profits, and then and the loss that we experienced. Noted.
Yeah, and customers on the sales, I think you should have a chart for customers. Maybe customers by year. Are they losing customers over the year? We want to see. Are they gaining customers over the years? Something like that. Not necessarily by region, but by year. How are they spreading? How is their market growing? Because customer growth is very essential for businesses, right? You cannot be having 1,000 customers over 5 years. You are not growing. So something like that is what I want to see. But very good dashboard, very good presentation. However, you should do well to relabel instead of this page 1, page 2, page 3, we label it accordingly, you know,
Okay.
customer and etc. And also, I noticed all the dashboard that were submitted, nobody put dollar value or euro value. And we're talking about money. So that's relegated all the dashboards. You know?
Yeah, true.
Yeah, we are talking about money and you didn't put those value there. All right, so we move to the next person. 5 minutes, please. Key point only. Anyone you have been able to show us with cards, you should not really talk about them. Just talk about the ones you show us with chart that need a bit of explanation. So the next person.
All right, thank you. Adewale, can you share your screen now? Can you please unmute that so I'll be sure you can hear me? Thank you.
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah, good evening, everybody.
Good evening. Go ahead, please.
Waiting for you to share your screen, Adewale.
Yeah. So on my dashboard here, I have a scroller here.
Your audio is not working either.
Oh, 1 second.
Chikere, is it that you want to ask questions or you want to present?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay. So up here, I have a scroller here, and the scroller is showing the total, sales, which means it is telling us which.
I see your screen. So you have 4 minutes and your time has started.
Okay. It's telling us that, okay, the first one that comes on the scroller here is that we sold phone more, and the copy has come second according to how they are being sold, according to the sales. Now, on my first chart here, I have the sales per year. Looking at it, we can see that the sales is progressing each year. 2012, 13, 14, 15, it is progressing. On the second one here, sales by region, we can see that the Western Europe had the most sales in most of the cases, like in technology, in terms of office supplies, they have the most sales. It's only in the case of these furnitures that Central America came. Okay, sales priority here. Most of the sales are just medium. They are not really high. And then we have high priority too, which is about 30% here, like that. And now here we have sales by subcategories. To know which subcategory sells most, it is phone. And looking at the priority, it was just on a medium priority, and then followed by high priority. And the main reason why I can say this is what I saw is that most people use phone, and that's it. Going to the second page. Oh, sorry, I think, okay.
Control.
Sorry.
You press the control button first.
Yeah, it worked. Yeah. Talking about the region, talking about the returned by region now. Europe returned the most of the product, and I can say, as we saw earlier, Europe were the one that actually bought most of the product as well. So it justified the reason why they are the one that had the highest returns. Now, looking at the donut chart that we have here, shipping cost, the standard class, they ship most of their products with standard class, as seen there. And then also the second one that follows is the second class. They add list in same day. Now, most of their products are not actually shipped in the same day. And here, I compared the count of return and the count of sales. Talking about office categories, they add most sales and they add just lesser return. And as we can see, most of the returns are just the same, almost the same number. And in case of technology, they add lesser sales, and then let me say like 10% of what was sold was returned as well. And looking at
mouse to office supply.
Yeah.
Move the mouse to office supply.
Office supply here, they had the most sales, 16,000.
Move it to furniture.
Okay, to furniture. Furniture has 4,700.
Everything has 539 returns. Something is wrong.
That was how I've actually tried to look at it. Most of the that's how it has been. I tried to go about it again and again. So that's what I've got.
Don't worry, move on.
Okay, and here we can see that the phones, like I showed earlier, the shipping cost, since we sold the phone the most, so the shipping cost is the phone is the one that is the highest. So because it is one that we sold most. Now going to the third page. Now here I compare the sales and profits by the ship mode, and we have the standard class. So the cheap mode does not really have more. That does not really have effect on the profit or the sales.
Thank you. Your time is up.
Oh, sorry.
Question.
Sorry about that. Any question?
I encourage you to ask questions, look at what he has built, and he has actually built his dashboard beyond the class. You know, he's using navigation page, navigation tool, which I have not taught. It's part of what I intend to teach today. So overall, you also did not indicate dollars in your sales. We're talking about money. It's very important. I think I will explain the reason why this count of return is probably not working. It's in the relationship. So something is not working right in the relationship.
Okay.
Probably explain that later on.
Okay.
Yeah. So sum of profit by region, we see where there are profit and where there are losses, as we try to indicate from
this place now.
Yeah. Okay, that's really, really good. When did you start learning Power BI?
I started when you started teaching us, but the thing is I don't have work, so I have most of the time to stay and start learning.
That's incredible, because this has gone beyond 2 weeks work, and I'm very impressed. Very, very impressed.
Thank you.
Next person.
All right, the next person, NAE333. I can't find you again. Have you renamed? Who is the person?
Chikeri, I think.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, let me share my screen.
Please mute yourself if you are not presenting.
Sorry, may I go ahead?
Yes.
Yes, please go ahead. Can you share your screen?
Yes, I now have my system with me.
All right, so let's have check then. Shikari, please hold on. Sheldon, please go ahead, share your screen.
Okay.
Please keep the 5 minutes in mind.
Noted, sir.
Chikere, please hold on. Let Shegun present.
Well,
Can you see my?
If he's sharing, whoever sharing, come up first. Go ahead.
I've not seen either of them.
Can you see my screen?
Okay, yes, I think I can see Shegun's screen. Okay, I can see your screen.
All right. So
this is please hold on. Stop sharing your screen. All right, Shegun, you're good to go.
All right, so this is the deep and secret store performance report. Yeah, I have the total orders that have been fulfilled by the company since its inception, and that can be seen here. And I also have a pin here that can differentiate all of the visualizations by the region where the sales were made. So if I click for Africa, we can see that the total orders have been fulfilled for Africa, and everything changes on the screen. The most number of the subcategories that have been sold comes up. I can decide to pick different regions at the same time. For instance, I could say Europe and Africa, and I have everything, and I can just unclick everything and it's going to show me the report for everybody. And yeah, I can also differentiate my report by years. So I could just say for 2013 alone, and I'm going to see for everything, and I can still use the region option too. So this is the report for Africa in 2013 alone. Sorry. So and I have built it in such a way that I incorporated all pages. I synced this, that's the years option and the region option for all the pages. So if I come to the next page, I'm sorry that that's page 4. It's not supposed to be page 4 actually. So so here I can tell I can still make the same changes here, and I still going to do so. For the visualizations, I have exactly on my first page, I have the sales by categories. So those are the top selling categories of the company. So I can see here that the company sold more technology throughout its inception. I can see that United States is the leading country, and I can see here it's leading, it's raking in sales of up to the tune of 484,000 thereabouts. I can see the most accessories sold, most sold subcategory accessories, and I can see here this is my historical sales by quarter. So I can see for, if I unclick 2012, I'll be able to see for all the quarters in total. So I have from January 2012 to July 2015. And yeah, I have my other fulfillment days. So this other fulfillment days was something I worked out differently. On the table, I had to like differentiate the dates between the order date and the shipping date. So that's what gives me the order fulfillment days. So, and I was able to incorporate that here to know that most of the orders were fulfilled in about 4 days. That's from when they were ordered to when they were shipped. So most of the orders took 4 days, and they had about 7,200 orders within 4 days. And the next most time would be 5 days, so they can know how well they're doing. Yeah, I have the customers that came back. So that also took a bit of work to get out. And I also could tell, I could monitor the shipping cost. So this is obviously the most expensive city where the shipping cost more. That's in Kamina. So if I want to know where Kamina is, this should come up on map if the network is good. So, and I can see here my top customer in Kamina is Aaron Hawkins. So if I want to do any more work, I could work with that, but that's for the second page. On my third page, I have the orders return data. So I could see that I have about 1,080 orders returned, and I also have my salesperson performance. So these are the top. This is for everybody because I can scroll down and see the hierarchy. So I can see Gilbert Wolf is my most selling person. For the last one.
Anybody with question or comments? Any question or comments? It's open to everybody who has question, who has comments for him.
Go back to that slide. You should not stop presenting when we have not asked questions. So AZ, a quick one. AZ, a quick one. Your top sales was showing Europe. I don't think that's correct. My top sales was showing US, and I think that should be the same for everyone. So I don't know why yours is showing Europe. So I will address that later. Now, Shegun, quite interesting insight, but your presentation is not so good. You spend the first 2 minutes perambulating. Like I said, where we have figures already, just say, here you can see the total orders fulfilled. And I like how you edited that name. For a lot of people, I saw ID of orders or other IDs. You should try to edit your name to the industry or business language. It is very, very important. Please mute yourself if you are not presenting. Pope, please mute everyone. So, if and this one is easy. Here you can see total sales by category, with technology having the highest and furniture having the least, or office supply having the least. Then you move. They already know they can filter by country and etc. You are presenting, you know, unless there is a specific request to say, okay, let me see what was in Africa, you know. Sales by country, US, is this top 10 or top 4 or top whatever? Now, I think I have some interesting, I saw some interesting, go to the next page, I think the customer page. So it's, yeah, this order fulfillment days, I like it. It shows thinking outside the box, because everybody just work with the existing column. Nobody try to think outside the box and say, okay, let's be creative. Let me look at order fulfillment days. However, I don't know if your calculation or your formula is correct, because from the day they ordered to the day they shipped, that's what you're showing us here. However, I think the fulfillment will be from order date to delivered dates. You know, shipping, after shipping, orders still take like 2-3 days before they arrive. So you may want to check that again, but it's very insightful. Now, the customer order fulfillment by customer, I think there's something like that too. I like that too, to let us know the sales, the top customers, yeah, and to also let us know the top sales person. There was also a chart like that, that shows salespersons by, okay, salesperson performance. I like this too, really very good, and profit by region, very good. All right, so I'm not just cool with the background color and the chart background, you know, to me, it's sort of awkward. Doesn't bring out the numbers very well, doesn't bring out the text very well. So sometimes just try to leave the background white, and then different, the color that will come out very well and clearly when you are presenting. Okay, next person. Thank you, Shegun. You can stop sharing. Next person.
Thank you. I think we have Chikera next. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Your audio is low.
No, sorry, it was earphones. I've switched that off. Please, I would actually share the PDF of my phone. My Power BI is quite slow.
That's
No
all right.
problem.
Yeah.
Just share your PDF. Just see what you've done on the inside and walk us through your storyline.
Sorry, say again.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay.
Oh, all right. Okay. Sorry, a moment, please. Okay. Let me share the screen directly, please. Sorry, is the screen up?
Well, it's blank. It's up. Okay,
It's blank.
now.
Okay.
I think I can see Global Superstore, but I can't see anything.
Seems it's loading and quite slow.
Okay.
Oh. Sorry, is it up yet?
It's up, but nothing, blank. Just seeing Global. Okay, now we have it.
It's up now.
It's up.
All right,
Okay.
it's showing now.
All right. Okay. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, facilitators. Thank you for the opportunity. So just a very quick recap on the reports. So in the line of what my predecessors have said, they've given good presentations. I wanted to point out on the right where you have profit by region. what I can notice is that Africa did not do very well. If you look closely, North Africa, South and Western Africa, Western Africa having the low fact negative, which is a cause of concern, because if we say we're a global superstore, I think we should have a very good presence in Africa because of the market, the numbers. So that should give us more concern and more actually lead us to study more why Africa is underperforming. Looking at the wholesales, we see that consumer products are the best performing segments, followed by corporate and home office, given that consumer will be, you have both the personal and official, which will give you the numbers. Then the sales by year shows that there's a gradual increase, which is good progress. Moving to the next page, sales by category points out that technology is the one leading. So we need to concentrate on that and improve so that we can have more sales in technology. Then discounts, more of office supplies. So we need to find out exactly what is wrong, because we feel office official, they should be the ones to bring the more money, but they are getting more discounts, which shows that probably it's not selling well. Then if we look at, okay, it's just a repetition, profit by category, the pie chart showing that technology is the highest. Then the sales and sum of shipping costs. I was trying out this gauge metric, and it's kind of, gives an insight that 1.36 is your shipping cost, and I think 25.29, I'll be sincere, I really don't know where I would place that. I don't know if that would be the projected shipping cost, but the profit is what is now standing at 12.64. So we are not even up to half of the projected sales. Then quickly moving to page 3. The one worthy of note is quantity by order priority and category. Now, you see now that office supply has the highest quantity compared to technology that was selling well, which is actually 20. So it looks like the discount is the one that drove up the quantity, but yet it still didn't translate to profits that we desire. Then I think lastly would be quantity by markets, still showing this is the top 5. Asia being the highest and Africa being the lowest. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Any questions, comments? Anyone?
Okay, I think I like this. It's like you are presenting to your stakeholders, and I like the first point about why Africa sales was low, and it boils down to you saying we need to do more research. That is all about it. This data lead you to research and development. Without even doing much research, I'm sure we all know that the purchasing power due to our economy in Africa is really, really poor. Number one. Number two, without doing much research, you know that the infrastructure for delivery, logistic, and etc. is really, really poor. So there are numbers of reasons why sales in Africa is poor, and you will agree with me that shipping costs as well. If I'm going to ship something from China, for example, from the UK, shipping, you are in the UK and you are shipping from China is cheaper than you being in the UK and shipping to Nigeria, So I believe those are some of the, talking about the tiniest of things. I have ordered book online several times. You don't want to order a 5,000 naira book in Nigeria and you are paying 20,000 naira to ship it, right? So those are the issues. And I think the better the infrastructure develops, the better the economy power develops, the more says this global. So let's see this global superstore as Amazon, for example. So these are the areas they have huge presence. If Africa economy gets better, for example, Nigeria economy gets better, they will have more people ordering. The more people they have ordering, the cheaper the shipping becomes. But in a situation where you have to ship 10 items to Nigeria when you are shipping 500 to UK, you already know what the multiplier effect of the numbers would definitely reduce the shipping cost for those with large sales place. So I enjoy that, and I also enjoy what you show in the category, to say, okay, if this category is doing fine, we should invest more on it, and also pointing out that consumer good. So that's what I'm talking about, the language of the business. This caught my attention because you were speaking the language of the business. Consumer goods was the one with most orders, because people definitely do more with staple than with technological good, and because they are also cheaper. So overall, it's a good presentation. Well done. Next person.
Thank you.
Next person, please.
All right. I think Toyeshe.
You have to stop sharing.
Wow.
Don't worry, I
Please, could you? Yeah, thank you.
All right. Toyeshe, do you still want to present? Okay. No response from him. Toyib Adeleke, do you want to present? Please share your screen.
Good evening, everyone.
Hello.
Good evening. Can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead, please.
Yeah, sorry, I might not be able to present at this moment because I'm at work at the moment and there is limit to the conversation I can have, but I'm following the class, please.
All right, no problem. That's fine. So,
Thank you.
who else wants to present? So if you have the PDF of your assignment and you'd like to present so that you get feedback, please indicate for those that said they're not on computer. All right, I think that's about all we have for those who want to present.
Okay, great. I believe some of you can see the essence of data, your dashboard, and etc., etc. It has to be able to drive home some points, give us some insights, some narratives, tell some stories, and this is how stakeholders get convinced and make decisions based on your data. Or if your data is not convincing stakeholders, probably it's just some loads of waste, accumulating data upon data. We quickly go to my own Power BI, and like I said, the data I sent across could build 10, 20s, 30s of visuals, and you won't even end because it's quite a very big data. So, like I said, it is always important. This is a different dashboard that we built in the first class.
I'm sorry, please, can you hold on? I've been asking for who wants to present since being at 3G. You're just responding now. So I don't know, can we still accommodate that? I've practically been asking since we started.
let me finish. Let me just finish. We call them upon. I mean, we come upon them when we have a break, sort of. So my class has always been me talking alone. So I enjoyed listening today. I just want to quickly do this. So like I said, best practice, rename. This is Tesco Food says. Tesco Food says. Tesco Food. So it's
Adekunle, we can't see your screen. That's if you are sharing screen.
Oh no,
I can't see your screen. So.
I'm not. Sorry.
Okay. Sir.
Multiple participants can share simultaneously. I don't know. Is someone sharing? Why is it telling me this?
No one is sharing. You can go ahead and share your screen.
Okay. All right. So it's always good to rename, make it more organized. And this is the Superstore, right? The Superstore. So if it is sales, for those that had 3 dashboard and were able to categorize, I love how some people did the categorization by sales, by order, by quantity, by customers. I really love it. So if it is, what I did here is, for example, by sales and products. So let me say, for example, this is by sales. And this is Superstore by order returns. So I just focused on order returns. Now, this dashboard or this chart are things some of you presented as well. So I'm not going to perambulate to say sum of sale is this, it's already there. I also put the sum of total returns and the total orders. However, if you look at these 2 dashboard I put, these 2 charts I put beneath themselves, I try to show the number of orders by product and the shipping cost of product. And from here, you could see that Staples, Cardinal, etc. I did a top 9 order by product. Which product get more ordered? And they are the very cheap products, not just because they are cheap, but also because their shipping costs are cheap. So it means the higher the shipping cost, the lower the lower the product shipped, and I think somehow affect sales as well. So what I'm saying is that the reason why we are not having Motorola, Apple smartphone in the top 9 orders is because they have very high shipping cost. I don't know if you get what I mean. So the higher the shipping cost, the lesser the order, and the lower the shipping cost, the higher the product that are being shipped. So imagine Staples having 222 orders, and I can't even see anything Nokia smartphone, Apple smartphone, etc. like we have on the right here. So I did top 9 products by shipping cost. So the very expensive products also have expensive shipping cost, and it impacted or influenced the order negatively. And I'm pretty sure does the same for sales too. If you look at sales by product, the reason why you have Apple smartphone and all this is because their prices are also very expensive. When a staple can cost maybe $20, you are having an Apple smartphone maybe $5,000. So this is how to tell stories, drive narratives, and show insight. What this could mean is stakeholders could look at a way of reducing or automating or increasing the efficiency of shipping so that they can reduce the shipping cost, because what it means is that if the shipping cost is being reduced, definitely people are happy to buy more. Just like I told you, if I want to buy a book that costs 5,000 naira and the shipping cost is 3,500 naira, no, I'm not going to buy. I'm not going to order. I'd rather walk to a store where I buy the book at 3,500, even if it is 500 naira or 500 whatever more expensive. So also some of discount by product. What I try to check here is, does giving discounts to products influence the sales of those products? Like, for example, look at Staples. Staples has the highest order apparently because it has a very good discount. So the lesser the discount, the lesser the sales or orders. So which means giving discounts is a means of advertisement, promotion sort of. And it means in this instance, this company giving discounts actually worked. So it materialized because as you can see, Staples has the highest sum of discount and of course has the highest order. So when they gave the discount, people started buying more of the Staples IBICO index. So normally by standards, I corrected somebody that the names of their bars, the name below the bars, the column names are not complete. So for best standard or best practices, always ensure that your chart is showing the full name, unless there has been a categories or a table that show them properly, where you don't have to worry whether they are clearly shown here. So yeah, that's just the relationship I'm trying to establish between discount. Does it count? Does it make sense to give discount? Yes, it does, because you could see how it translates directly over here. Relationship between orders by product and shipping cost. The higher the shipping cost, the lower the order, and the lower the shipping cost, the higher the order. So top 10 return products. This is very interesting because as a business owner, you want to see which of your products are being returned most. And then you want to investigate, why are people returning Motorola smartphone? Cisco smartphone. Anyway, I don't know if anybody uses Motorola here. But Motorola having the highest number of returns, why? Then you begin your research and your investigation, because the shipping costs for Motorola, Apple, and all of them, smart, Nokia, Samsung are quite expensive. I mean, are quite high. So if people are returning them, there must be a reason. And then you may want to look at it. Why are people not returning Staples? Maybe, well, for example, when I buy things I don't really like, I don't even return them. I just drop them at home, or find somebody to give. So very good insights. But I didn't see anybody show something like this. Nobody showed me anything about top 10 return products. And then if you look at the order by country, you see that the United States has the highest order. So I was worried when I saw Aziz's
yeah, I think the one I did was order by region. So I think they categorize USA under the Western Europe or something.
Which is quite
by region.
Which quite strong. So don't worry, we look into it. So why I brought order by country beside order returns by country is to see the relationship. US has the highest order, so if they are having the highest return, it's not going to be a surprise. Followed by Australia, France. China did well in not returning so many. China returned so many order. Let me see. Germany did not return so many because China is in top. I think I did top 9. Yeah, top 9. China is in top 9, and these are very interrelated. The top countries ordering are the top countries returning the order. Although India seems to return a lot of orders, despite the fact that they make the list order. So these are the things that stakeholders want to see. And this one I did in the middle, it's profit and year-on-year profit growth. So, it is interesting that the profit was climbing across the year, but in terms of percentage profit year-on-year, it has steeped or remained on a straight slope between 2013 and 2015. So this is a very powerful insight. Usually, the stakeholders want to see the percentage growth. This is how you measure your growth. If you just leave it at this alone, everybody is happy. Oh, it is climbing up. But from 2013, really, not much has been happening in terms of percentage year-on-year growth. So I use the DAX formula, which I cannot teach you today. It's not average or something, but I'm going to show you. So year-on-year profit, you need to calculate it using these DAX formulas, and it gives you a good representation of how the company has been growing. From 2012, the profit between 2012 and 2013 was 23%, and then about 100 million sales difference. 0.31 million and 0.41 million. That's 10 million or thereabout. So good progress also. But by the time you come to 2015, you did like 0.1 less sales, and that's why this is falling to 23%. So although you still have 504,000, 406,000, that's a good gap, but the marginal increase is what we're talking about here in terms of percentage. So I said the relationship did not probably work, and that is why I don't think anybody will be able to do this, because the relationship did not work. So I will quickly take you through the relationship, the model, why it didn't work. Oh, sorry. So the last time when I explained new building relationship, I identified that there is an order ID here and there is an order ID here, but somehow something did not work quite well. So what I did was that, okay, I need something that will be identical in the two columns. So what I did was, I don't know if I've shown you this before, transform data. Can you see this transform data? So that's it also takes you to editing query, and it's the best place to edit your query. That's the best place to edit your query. Now click on transform data. Click on transform data. You see there are a lot of tools in this ribbon you can use. You will see all the tables that we've been working on. This is the best place to edit your query, to add column, to remove column, etc. So what I did was, the order table, I just said I needed something that would connect me with the returns table, because I want to show return by product, So what I did was to add index, just add an index column. So look at this. I hope you can all see it. Add column. There are several ways you can add column. You can add conditional column, index column, etc. But we want to focus on index column. So add index column from 0, from 1, or you want to custom it. So what I did was to say from 1. So you see, automatically it just added the column for me without me typing anything. So, but you notice it said index.1 because I already have one index here. So the appropriate thing is to rename it. And then I also went to others. I said add column, index column from 1. So because I did it before, that's why you are seeing .1. So this, by doing this, I have the same column named the same way, with the same exact content, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to whatever, and then in this place also I have the same column, named the same way, and 1, 2, 3, 4 to the bottom of the row. So that worked perfectly. Now, if you try that, AZ, because you have tried this, I will encourage everybody to also do this joining right now. What I've done now, do it. If you don't understand, call me back, but I want you to do it right now. So, but I will delete the new one. So to delete this, you can right click and remove. And I will do the same in other. Right click and remove. So let's say you are not removing. I am removing because I have it there before. Let's say we have done this. I have added index to others. I have added index to return. I will go back to my home. I hope you are seeing it. Just go back to home. Click on your home. Then the last button by your left, close and apply. Choose close and apply. So it will apply the new step that we have included in the table. And that is the only way your relationship between orders and return will start working. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can
Okay.
hear you.
Great. Has anyone tried that? I want you to try it. If it doesn't work, let me show you again. I want to see that relationship work. So that way you can relate with the other table, connect properly with the other table. Is someone trying it out? Just try the relationship first.
Yes, I'm trying it out.
Okay. You don't have to do this. Just try the relationship first, and quickly you can do this. Bring the column chart, drop your order ID and product name. So, but there is something I need to also take note. Let you know. If you do what I asked you to do, you might still realize that this thing is not making any difference. So what you do is you now go to your filter. So what I did was to filter product name by count of order ID. Now your order ID might be showing first name, last name. In this place, you must change it to count or distinct count. The default it will bring is last or first name. For example, let me show you what I mean. I remember I told you how to filter by top whatever here, so I'm not going to go over it. But I want to show you that if you are not filtering on basic numeric values, you will always have this first last. If I click last, you see what happened. Apply. You see that I'm getting a completely different result, which is wrong. If I click first, I will also get a different result, which is apparently wrong. It will give me only the first orders or the last orders. But you have to choose either count or distinct count. Distinct count means don't count distinct twice. So you see, this is when we have the correct return orders, So I know you will need to do a lot of research, Google search yourself to be able to navigate some of these things. But sometimes after you have bring in the product and bring in the other ID, you will be thinking this thing is still not working. Well, it may not. So you just go to your filter. I don't know if you remember where to find the filter. If it's not showing here, you go to your view. In your view, you have your filter, So that's that about that. Like I said, you don't have to try it now. You can try it later. This video is still there for you. So I will quickly go to today's class. I think I've touched on some of the things I want to teach in today's class. Or if you have any question, you let me know, first of all, in what I've explained.
Please, I have a question.
Yep.
Okay, just wanted to ask. So, showing us this method of adding index, is that the basic if we want to, have create a relationship between two distinct tables? That's just what I wanted to find out. Thank you.
No, actually, that was just a shortcut. But by standards, there should be a column in orders and a column in returns that are unique identifiers that will be the same column to relate with the tables. So we are still working on relational database, and Excel is a relational database, and this table should have a unique ID that should be able to relate between them. For some reason, I have no idea why the other ID, which is perfect, didn't work. So, but as a data analyst, you must find a way to do what you have to do. And there are actually a lot of ways. So that is why I came about the index, which ended up giving me a column with the same unique ID, the same content. Yeah. Any other question? Okay. Without further question, we go to what we have to do today. We have 56 minutes more. We try not to spend up to that self. So understanding your data and data modeling. What does it mean to understand your data? So I'm just going to open this, my data view. When you first import the data, like I said, the first thing to do is not to rush to build your dashboard. You should probably have a pen and a paper and do a mock-up chart or dashboard. In situations where you don't have requirements or any specifications or any documents by your employer to say, okay, I want to see this, I want to see that, you will take your time to look at the table, to look at all the columns. Here you have order ID. First of all, I'm going to write it that apparently I can give information on orders. So I should be able to give information on orders, right? Like I should dedicate a dashboard for orders. Let that be at the back of your mind. Then you go ahead and start looking at every other information that pertains order date, ship date. Then you look at city, country, market, product. So you will list all of those in orders. Orders, date, country, as I've mentioned it. Then number 2, what else is in this that you think should be interesting? Oh, sales. That's also something that your employer want to see. I mean, if you run a store, I don't know. I mean, are they those KPI are the things that will be very important to you? How is our order? I mean, how many people are ordering from us? How many customers do we have that? Then you look at your sales. How much have we made? You go there in your mock-up, you write sales. Then you look at sales by date. You want to look at by country. You want to look at it by products. So once you are done with sales, you want to look at quantity, that this should be useful for your order too, and discount, also good. You want to look at profit, also good. The discount profit. In fact, this should be number one. Every company, every business is run because of profit. If you are not making profit, it's a big problem. So you now say, let's look at profit by year. Let's look at profit by year, profit by country, profit by product. I mean, with this already, you can build 3 pages of dashboard. Just with this I have done. Then you want to look at returns. We still have another table. Okay, I talk about you also have shipping, discount, returns. So discount, you have discounts, you have shipping information, you have returns. So if you dedicate, for example, if you dedicate a page for all of this, you can build 4 charts in each page. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you can have 6 pages. If you are using this same information, date, country, product, return, you can go ahead and say, okay, I want to see sales that are greater than 1 million. I want to see profits greater than 500,000. Which country gave profits gave, or which product gave us profit greater than 500,000, 300,000, etc. So this is how to start. You do a mock-up. You don't rush. Go and study the table first. It is very, very important. So look at the key KPI. Look at the industry. It's a supermarket. It's probably a warehouse dealing with wholesales. So they will be interested in the product. I don't think I put product here. My bad. So there should be a page for products too, because that's what you are selling, of course. So a whole lot of quite a whole lot of things to see. If you have this, I bet you would be able to give me lot and lot. And if you do this first, you'll be able to deploy your dashboard. Team, please mute everyone. If you do this first, you'll be able to build your dashboard in less than a day. A day is, I'm saying max a day, So, but this has to be well sorted first. Build the thought around them, organize your thoughts around them very well, and you'll be amazed at what insight you can bring. You'll be able to tell stories. In 2014, these orders were made. Number of customers were jumped from XYZ to this. Just like I did with profit. To show that year-on-year profit growth, I can also do year-on-year customer growth, which is also a very, very important thing stakeholders want to see. So I'll go to the next one. Yeah, I've talked about the data model. The modeling when I talk about how you can use index to join your table if your unique ID is not working. And sometimes you can also just go ahead and copy something that you see are related. Let me show you that, but I'm not going to do it right away. Here, we have products in them. Let me see what we have in returns. Maybe region. Or if region is not here, we can just copy. We can copy product. See, please, everybody. So, for example, product name. You can copy product name and go and dump it in returns. So come and dump it here. That way, you have the same column. And this is actually also easier in your Excel. Just open your Excel, copy one column and paste in another table. So done with that. Now I'm going to move to measure, and I want you to pay attention. Introduction to measure. So I'm not going to measure really, just introduction to measure. So why do we have measure? The reason why we have measure is to reduce the volume of data that we load in Power BI. For example, if you have a table like this, so we have just 4 columns. Now, if I want to, for example, say I want to show the average of all return orders, I want to show the minimum number of all return order, maximum number of all return order, variance of all return order. I've mentioned 4 different things, and they will occupy their columns. They will all occupy different columns. This make your data to become unnecessarily large by every column you add. So because your stakeholder can ask you something that is, they say, okay, I want to see the average order. Average is not calculated on your table. It's not included anywhere. So as a data analyst, this is why you have to understand functions and formula, DAX in this situation, data analysis expression. So to reduce number of columns that you will have to pile up in your table, making your table heavy, and your data, your Power BI will be running slowly, measure does the job. So we can just use measure, and we won't be having to deal with multiple tables. But before I go into that one, I might want to show you measure that we need to add more tables. For example, you want to create a new table entirely, new calendar table. So want to create new calendar table, for example, maybe there is no date feature or there's no calendar in this data, and you want to add calendar. So you can just do new table. Can you see where my mouse is? New table. So it will bring this. You have to write the formula. So Power BI has autofill. It has all the formulas. So you just must know what you want to do. For example, I say date. So calendar auto. I want you to give me calendar. So you see it's giving me calendar auto. It will bring all the formulas or all the functions under it. Calendar auto. So it keeps showing suggestion, fiscal year end, month, date. I'm just going to say so you see that calendar auto just give me calendar, and it's checked the data. The interesting thing is that it already checked the data. It shows that our lowest date was 2012 and our highest date 2015, and that's what it populated for me. So a very smart feature. You don't even have to tell it give me this between this year and this year. No, it already know what year I have in my data. Now that's how to create a new table using your data view here. If I now want to, for example, add a column to this table, say so to do column add, for example, maybe I want to so date add Start of the year. No, I just want to. It's not a date function. I will take date, date. So that's adding a column to it. It repeated this because I just told it to add for me the year, the month, and the date. So there are features where you just want to add only year. You have date.year, date.month, date.date, and etc. So these are measures that duplicate, that populate your database. It make your system to this to see sort of your data to become heavier. However, there are measures we can do that will not create any column. So it's just going to save you from having lot of column and heavy data. Now, I'm going to run an example of that now. Let's say, for example, we want to look at the sum of sales in probably US and UK. So you go to, if you want to add new measure, you come to your right here in this where you have your data, and under the particular table. So this is the new table that I created, the new date table that I created. Can you all see it? It's bring it here. Under your so wherever you want to create the measure on whichever table, click on the table, then right click. I hope some of you are able to follow this. So creating measure, come here. Which table do I want to create this measure? Others. Right click on it and you see new measure. Then click on new measure. So let me say, for example, I want to calculate, we already have the sum of sales, and I say, okay, let's look at the average of all sales across years. So sales average. Ask your question. Ask your question. So sales average, I say I want to see the average of sales. So what I'm going to do is sales average. Then I say average.
Can I?
Go ahead, please.
Okay, please, can you go over that again?
Over what?
I'm on a small screen. So I didn't know which parts where you got the new measure from. So I'm trying to.
You go to your data on the right side of the table. Can you see my mouse?
Yes, I can.
When you go to your data, you look at which table do you want to add the measure. The other table. You right click on it and it gives you new measure. And you click on new measure. So if I click on it, it will overwrite this. So when you click on new measure, it will just open this box for you. And when it opened this box, this is what was there. I think I just have it gives column equals to. So you have to rename it and say sales average. give it a name that is you will remember is in the sales average equals average. Then it will say average of what do you want. Then you go, you scroll down. You scroll down. You must be careful with the table. So, for example, I know the table already. So type sales, for example. Then you see order, right? I think we are working on order, right? Sales. Then you close the bracket. As simple as that. So we have created our first measure. There are different kind of measure. I'm sorry I didn't really list that. So we have average, we have minimum, we have maximum. It's just like Excel. That's why I asked you to get acquainted with Excel. First of all, you have minimum, you have maximum, you have average, you have variance, standard deviation. And there are really quite advanced ones like calculate, etc. For example, what I did here, the one I used here is called I used calculate. So before I got this year-on-year profit, I'm seeing your hand, but I don't want to be interrupted. Before I got this year-on-year profit, I had to create, I think, 2 different measures. So that's 1, 2 with measure. So I had to create profit growth measure first of all. No, 3 measures. I first of all created the sum of sales, the sum of profit. Then I created profit growth and I created profit year-on-year. So let me see. So total profit. I first of all created this one, sum of orders and profit. And then I created this profit growth. Then finally, I created this profit year-on-year. So sometimes to create measure, you don't just create one and you are done. And you can see different one. I'm even using variables. For those of you that code, you can put a particular column in a particular bucket like variables. You know what variables are, and do your calculate. This calculate itself is a DAX measure. So sorry about that. So I was here. No, I'm not changing anything. So we built our first measure, which we call what? Sales average. And immediately you finish it, you see under order we built sales average. You have sales average here. Now let's see how this works. You take a card, right? I want to see the sales average. This is sales average for all the years, 246.9. Now let's see if this is correct. Like I said, Power BI is trying to make life easier day by day. So in the past, lot of things they are automating are not well automated. So sales average. Let's take sales here. Right? If I say I want to see the average of that sales. So the DAX I wrote the formula for has already been embedded here. Sales average. Okay. So you see 264.49, 246.49, 246.49. Can you see now? So instead of probably creating that DAX, you may just decide to say, okay, I don't need to create that DAX, I will just use this average. But the reason why you should create this DAX is because you may need it in another calculation. So I'm going to show you why it is not a waste of time to create DAX. But if you look at your table, your other table, you will see that no new column called sales average was created. And that's the beauty of this, you see. this is the last column, index. It will not create additional column for you. Now, why not just use this instead of now creating a new DAX, etc., etc.? So let's do something else. Let's say we want to. So if you miss the other steps, I'm doing it again. I want to create a new measure in my table. Order, new measure. So perhaps I want to say, I want to know what the sum of let me say, I want to see two markets, Europe plus America. So I want to see sum of sales. That's, you just, I mean, DAX are not difficult. They are difficult, but not difficult. Just talk them out or write them down first. I want to see sum of sales. You want to see sum of sales. Okay, let me use the calculate. So calculate sum of sales other sales. Calculate sum of sales. Where state, where country, equals America. I don't know if it is spelled America in there. Was it America that we have there? Because it has to be exactly what we have there. Okay, let me say Indian. So because it is text, you have to put it in quote. If you go, I think if you study the data type I talk about, and we also have string, some of you that have coding background understand why we do this. For text, you have to put it in quote. India. I think I remember clearly. So calculate sum of sales where country is India, something like this. So I don't, I mean, I'm going to have to rename this sum of sales in India alone. So if we come now and say, okay, let's see what we try. Sum of sales India. Where are you? Sum of sales India. So this is telling that all the sales that about 587,9,000 sales in India. Let's see if we are correct. I know we have had sales by country previously. No, sales by product name, sales by country. My bad, I don't think I have that. Okay, let me quickly do it. Sales by country. Sales by country. Where are you? Where is country? Sales by country. Now, if I, okay, yeah, one other thing I said I was going to teach you is how to use search for, okay, I think I'm still going to get there, but it's not a bad idea if I get there now. Country. So, you know, if I want to be looking for India, we have to scroll a lot. But I can do a search. And this is how to include the search. Just click on these 3 buttons and then click on search. So it will automatically add a search button for me. And instead of trying to scroll, I just type India. You see? And boom, 500 and what? $89,000 so $589,000, $589,000, which means that DAX of calculation we did was quite correct. So I don't know if I'm too fast, but I'll take a break. Questions? I saw 2 hands. Ask your question. Hello.
Hello.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was lost at a point. Actually, I thought I could unmute myself and ask questions at the middle of the presentation, but I couldn't do that. So, yeah, the question I want to ask is the Excel we are using, the data we are using. I don't. They didn't put it on our platform that maybe we should install it on the system. It's like the data is a new data from the ones we've been using before.
No, it's not. If you submitted, no, you did submitted your assignment on the others. I'm using the same data as the one you used to prepare this assignment, this Superstore. That's the same data.
Okay.
Yeah.
Please, can you? Well, the creation of the index column, that was where I got lost, and I was trying to fix the audio issue on the system and all that. I was actually using an headphone and I just got lost at the point. Please, if you can just, maybe in just like a minute, just go back to that, the index, how to put the column. And I don't know. Maybe you can just do just a run around. I'm going through with all what you just did recently, but that fixing of index column, that was where I just got lost.
Okay, because we have less than 25 minutes, I will not really want to go back much because we have this video being recorded. You can catch up on it, but this is how to go about it. Go to transform.
Yeah, I remember from the transform data.
Go to your transform data, it's lead you here. Add column.
Okay.
And then you see the options and then index column. You click on it. You want it to start from 0 or from 1? From 1. Then boom, that's it. And you go back home, close and apply. You have to do this. Close and apply.
Okay.
And you have your index column. That's all.
Okay.
So, okay. Where are we? Any other question? Please mute yourself, please. Any other question? I thought I saw 2 hands. If you have questions, just write them down. It's difficult me stopping and answering questions. So, any question on the measure, or you get that right? Any question on the measure? Okay, so if there is no question on the measure, I just say it's introduction to measure. You have to read up on different measure. You can use sum, add, and etc. I want to work on. I think I've done this using the search button in Filter and using Q&A. So about this Q&A, what you just do is double click on your dashboard. When you double click, it brings the question and answer. So I don't know why it's slow. So ask your question. This is interesting. You can say it's like the ChatGPT function. So you can say, what is total sales? What is total sales in India? So maybe you want to verify if what we have put here is correct. So go ahead, enter. What is total sales in India? What is the sum of sales? Sorry, we don't have total sales. What is the sum of sales? Why is it giving me count of orders? I'm not asking question on orders. Number of sales, number of sale orders in India. No, that's not what I'm asking for. Let me look at how the sales order sales. I don't know what is the sum of sales in France. What is total sales in France? I'm thinking I selected a filter here that is okay. That is interrupting in what is total sales in France. Oh, well, that's strange. I think that I need to work somewhere. I'm having a problem with probably the column, but that should work. That's what is the total profit? What is the total sale? Total sale of product 1 million. Yeah. Then in France. Anyway, I'll look into that later. But actually, that's how it works, and it can also generate suggestions, etc. for you. What is the sum of sale by food sales category? You know, so it can create chart for you by itself. Cookies, bar, crackers, snacks. It can auto generate a lot of questions and chart. What is the total profit by subcategory? Total profit by subcategory, copiers, phone, you know, it's really, really interesting. Like, you don't need to, but the thing is that this chart doesn't stay, it just gives you an overview, sort of. So I like it for cards, and I'm a little bit disappointed. It doesn't come up with what I want it to show me. What is the total profit by category? What is total profit by category in France? Okay, so this is total profit by category in France, right? Let me see if it is correct. Office supply, technology, furniture. Office supply coming 53,000. Let me change the country. In India. Yeah, so that's how it should work. Technology in India, in France, it is office supplies. That is the top product that was giving them profit. In America, let me see, in America should be technology too. I think they have it as United States. Okay, United States. Okay, in the US, it's also technology, then followed by office. So, you know, these are interesting insights. Just to quickly answer questions. So using Q&A done, and bookmark and navigation. So this will be the last. I think we have done presenting your data insight. If we have time, we allow the two other people that were not able to. So bookmark and navigation. This is quite interesting. It is part of what I used here last week, and I said I was going to explain. So where we could see sales by product, top 4 sales, bottom sales, etc. So just do it here. For example, I've done some of sales by country here, right? Okay, let me explain navigation first. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have four pages here. Instead of coming here to click them one by one, we could actually create a navigation bar like we are browsing a website, right? So let me do a new page, drag it here and call it home page. And let me do some small design. Let me add image. It doesn't matter. So to see the image you had, if you want to put background image, you have to reduce the transparency. After importing the image, put the transparency to 0. So unfortunately, it doesn't even suit well. Let me see, settings. It's not a good image. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I mean, just looking at, but I'm not satisfied. I should be able to get better image because that's screenshots. Anyway, so it doesn't matter. Let's say this is this is the home page, and no, this doesn't make sense. I don't have picture on this computer. Okay, I have some good picture here. Okay. I think this should do. So let's say this is the background or whatever we want to create a home page. So what we do is we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4 pages, and we want to have a button, a kind of navigation bar button for all of them. So the first thing you do is go to insert and maybe shape. I will just maybe this. So what you will do is go to your right hand, the format pen, to format the shape. Style, blue color doesn't look good on that background. Let me put it something like this. And then you go ahead and add other functions. Action. So this is where the main thing is. You are giving that, we want to give this button power, action, sort of. Turn it on. Go to the action. What do you want it to do? You want it to be a page navigation button. Click page navigation, and then destination. You want it to be Tesco food. You see, destination will list all the pages you've got, your tabs, Tesco food. And that's all. So, but we are not done. You know, this is just blank. We have not done anything to identify what it belongs to. Then go to your style. This is text. Turn it on. Put this down and Tesco food. You see that? So let me make it big and bold. The white color looks good. So, no, let me make it full. Tesco food. Now, if I go ahead and press my control key, so you have to press your control key before clicking it. You see, before you even press anything, if you look at the information, it says control plus click here to follow link. So control and click it, and boom, you are in Tesco food. So I'll just copy and paste for all others and edit them. Control C, Control V. Control C, Control V. Control C, Control V. Now, why I'm doing this is not to go through the process of formatting one by one again. So what I'm just going to do is, let's now format this. The action is page navigation, and the destination is Superstore Sales. That's the number 2 one. Superstore Sales. But don't forget to edit the name. Superstore. Superstore. So if you hold the control button on your computer and click it, takes you to Superstore, right? So on and on and on, that's what you do for all others. Then let me explain the, okay, let me explain this. Bookmarks. So I've done navigation, now to bookmarks. Sorry. I've done navigation, page navigation, now to bookmarks. Page bookmarks. So here I have sum of sales by country. For example, if I want to now say I want to do sum of profit by country, and I want it to be on top of this thing. So what I do is Control C. You see, make sure you click on that chart, Control C and then Control V. So when you Control V, it's overlapping the other one. You see it? So, but make sure it has exact same size. Then go ahead and change. Instead of sum of sales, remove sales. I want to see profit. Put profit. So now I have 2 charts on top of each other. Now go to your view. From your view, you see bookmarks and you see selection. Click your bookmarks, click your selection. You don't need the filter now, so you can turn it off. So you click your bookmarks and you click your selection. Now, what these 2 features does for you is that it shows you everything you have on this dashboard. And you see show and hide. So you get to So this is where the previous one we did before. Sales less than 4K, total produce, bottom top five. That's for these three you are seeing is for this. Sales less than 4K, top 4 sales, bottom top 5 for this. But for this, to achieve this, we already put the two on top of each other. So to know exactly what you are clicking, click on this I button. So we already hid one of the button, which is sum of profit by country, and then you see both are gone now. Sum of country sum of sales and sum of country are gone, and then you have the two of them back. Now, if I want to make sure that I see them at different time, what I'm going to do is, this is sum of profit first of all. So I will hide sum of sales. When I hide sum of sales, take note that everything on this dashboard will also respond to this. If I hide any other thing, for example, this card, you see it's gone. But it's none of my business, so I'll just leave it. I have hidden sum of sales by country, right? I will now go ahead and add bookmark. Add bookmark. And then you rename it. Call it sales, profit by country. Profit by country. And then to see sales by country, you hide profit by company by country and on hide sales by country. So that way you go ahead again, add button, name it sales by country. So you can test what you've done here, whether it works or not. But profit by country, bam, give us profit. Sales by country, give us sales. So it automatically switches by itself. Now, the job is not done. If we close this and close this, you see, you are now having only one of them, not two any longer. But we only have sum of sales. The profit is gone. How do we now find the profit? That's where we go ahead and create button, like we did for page navigation. You go to your insert. You can use any of these button, but I always use shape. You say so. Let's empower this button. Turn it on. It now asks you, what action do you want it to perform? I want it to perform bookmark. You know, the other one was page navigation. Bookmark. And it will then ask, which one do you want to take? Don't forget, we have sum of sales by country. So pick sales by country. And then go to your style and text and name it sales by country. By country. So there you go. If you control and click it, you have sales by country. Now, to bring back the profit by country, all you need to do is, I'm just copying and paste to save time. Copy and paste, and let's go and change the action. Instead of the same process, but instead of sales by country, you pick your profit by country. And that's all. Okay, no, we have to rename it. profit by country. And there you go. So, you see, we have a profit by company again. So it's really, really a very fascinating tool. And the interesting thing is that with this bookmark, I can delete all of these pages. All these pages, I can delete, as in completely delete them and put them here just with bookmark. So you can try and play around with that. But make sure you copy and paste and have two files before you do that. But you can delete everything, all these food Tesco food, you can delete all of them and have them as bookmark, and they will still be showing like this, and you will still be able to edit them like this. That's going to be in premium classes. We have released a lot, so much for free class already, and we like you to appreciate Pope, who is in charge of coordination, setting up the class and the agenda, all the technical stuff, the live recording, the Zoom management and everything. He has done a great job. So we end here today. Any question? Question, please. Please ask your questions now. Is anybody in the house, or am I the only one here? Or there's not, or the content is too much? Is the content too much?
No.
So please, questions, feedbacks.
Okay, feedback if there is no question or observation. Doesn't look like we're having 14 people here, and can you all unmute your mic and say something? Yeah, this is the last class. Of course, you should be able to say thank you to the facilitators and
thank you very much. It's a very great course. And yeah, I personally, though I'm not talking on behalf of any other person, though I'm talking for myself. So I appreciate this class a lot. And Pope, Mr. Adekunle, and everyone, I appreciate you. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I actually learned a lot. Though I joined late today, but even the just 30 to 45 minutes that I joined, I actually learned a lot, because I've seen something about the bookmark before, while I was making my research, my personal research. And I was like, how does this work? How does this work? So I didn't even know that you're going to even talk about it today. I thought it would be, the premium class. But the class is very, very, interesting. Thank you very much. God bless you.
okay. Cheers.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, hi. So what I just want to say is that I want to appreciate Mr. Ade, the tutor for this Power BI, and Mr. Pope as well. I really want to appreciate you. Thank you for impacting this knowledge. The 3 classes have really been very good. I was unable to attend the first 2 classes due to being at work, but going through the YouTube, I was able to do some things, and I was able to add to my knowledge on because I don't know anything on Power BI before, but now at least I'm able to do some things. So thank you so much. And I also want to say that if there's any further support that you can still do for us going forward on, like Mr. Ade has said that he's going to take us on SQL and all that. So if there's any support you can do for us going forward, we will appreciate it. I personally will appreciate it. But this particular lesson we did today, I was actually thinking because the Mr. Ade was somehow very fast today, and I think it's because we did presentation of the last assignment. So I would have maybe suggested that maybe if we had known, maybe we could have just do the presentation. Maybe we have made these classes 4 classes, do the presentation on just a Saturday. Then this training, this class 3 would have just been maybe you won't be fast the way you are, and we'll be able to, because at the point I was lost.
Sorry, don't worry. The video will take care of that.
Okay, so and all this bookmark of the thing, you know, the way you were going, I'm like at the point I couldn't, but I was just looking at it and I was following you as well.
The video will take care of them.
Okay,
that's why we have this recording. So thank you for making it thus far. For everyone here, the project I will be giving is, I want you to, I want to be specific this time around. Want you to use the INEC IRF portal. You go to your state. I don't know. We have 14 people here. I don't know if we can group you. So it's I'm thinking we should make it a joint project, but then we can still make it individual. So probably let's look at your state. So Pope, I think we do
we have 14 people here. I think each person can pick a state.
Okay.
That would be possibility. Yeah, please go ahead.
So what I was thinking is that because some states are really, really large and they might not be able to deal with it. So if we, for example, take a state, look at the local government, maybe take a state with small local government, so that individual do just one local government. I think Ekiti State has how many local government are in Ekiti State? Anyone knows?
They have 6. Is it 16? 16. We have 16 in Ekiti. 16.
Okay. Anyway, what we do is that Pope, we will give you a state. We pick a state by ourselves, and we assign local government to everyone here. So please, if you are here, make sure you type your name in the group. Just type your name. We collate those names, just your name alone. We understand. We collate them and put and give you a local government. So what you do is that you go to IRF portal. You will start from data collection, data gathering. So you will be the source of your own data. You go to the IRF portal, look at the words across each of the local governments, polling unit by polling unit. So you will create an Excel file, create polling units by polling unit result, and let's have ward also inclusive. So ward 1, 11 polling units. So you will know your column will be polling units, whatever, just figure it out. So, and then we want to have the result of the entire local government that you work on across parties. So there will be a lot of data points. We can say, let's look at how parties perform in different polling units, in different wards, and what is it? You look at also try to put the total votes cast, the number of registered voters, the rejected votes, and every details on that form that they upload on the INEC something. Try to create a column for them. They will be useful. So I'm not going to give a template. I have a template, but I won't give it. So create your own. We want you, and that's how a data analyst starts. You start from the basic data collection, and then build the Excel file yourself, and you will now import this Excel into Power BI to build dashboard for us. This time around, I will allow you to create 3 different pages, and I will give you 2 different pages with insight I want to see, or 2 or 1 insight that I want to see. That will be 4 pages in total. Each page should have at least 4 charts, and yeah, we want to see that. You have room to ask a lot of questions based on this assignment. We are happy to answer you. Anyone have or need clarity on this assignment? I mean, there are some of the information on the IRF that you have a very poor image quality, whatever. In such areas, you can just write NA or 0 or whatever it is, NA or 0. NA is not available. It's not a problem. Yeah.
So yes, I think the project is clear. You are doing your data sourcing, cleaning, and importing, and all the processes you've gone through. Let me say there is more to being a data analyst, but what is important is the foundation which has been built. If you check certain curriculums online, you see data modeling, building reports, sharing reports, which I think has been covered. Advanced data modeling, using your DAX, data visualization. Now, the beauty of being a data analyst is your ability to tell stories. And one of the things I think we should try and work on is, maybe I will share a couple of them. Go and read annual report of some of these companies. You see how they tell stories. This is how much they sold, this is how much income they have. So beyond all of this analysis, beyond all of these technical things, is your ability to tell story with your data. That is where the superpower lies. So beyond what has been covered, there is more. Yes, there's a premium class, but there is more. And typically, what happens in a free training repeated itself here. But thankfully, we had a higher number of people who were active.
Yeah.
Because what happens most time is less than 5% are always active when people see free training. People just register and they rely on, let me just register and all of that. But now, data analysis, being a data analyst is one of the skills that is in demand. And a day in the life of a data analyst is practically what we've gone through. Most of those advanced skills, yes, the more you go in the job. There's somebody on the group who applied for a data analyst job. Person is in the UK, applied for a data analyst job and had to just watch video tutorial overnight to prepare for the interview. Got the job and has relied on YouTube video to deliver a job. And she got the job, That's how interesting to be. So there's demand for data analysts. There are internship positions. The beautiful part of it is these are some of the skills that you can leverage on to even work remotely, wherever it is that you are. So please, the more you are creative, the more you engage yourself, the more you exert yourself, the more the instructor gets encouraged to even share beyond what has been prepared. It was funny that people were not even interested in sharing their projects today. Maybe people don't want to get feedback, don't want to get criticism, but there's no way you get better at what you do. So please.
Pope, I wanted to share, but I think there's no time.
Yes, we wanted to plan, and that was why we requested that those who wanted to share should indicate earlier so that we could plan time.
Sorry, Tim, I noticed that they typed their name here. No, type the name in WhatsApp, because once we close this thing, the names will disappear. So type your name in WhatsApp. That's where
I have copied those who have typed their name on this. I have them copied.
Okay. Excellent. Sorry.
All right. So yes, the other classes we would have definitely will communicate, and one of the things we hope is people will look for a problem to solve with this skill. We have a company that has been running since 2016, I think. Was it 20? Wait, yes. Not when did Food Data start?
2018.
2018, right? And it was just out of, I have this idea that we can solve this problem and all of that. And that was where the whole story started, basically using data. So there's a lot of problem that this skill can be applied to solving. And that is how you develop your own portfolio. Every assignment you've done, that's why the training was fully practical based. You have a project in your portfolio you can present anywhere you have an interview now. Okay, what have you done? You can easily share this to them. there are so many problems that you can solve. If you don't know the one you can solve, ask on the group. I am happy to share. I am happy to share and give you ideas, you know. So the online thing is, please, the free classes that ended, but do more with it. Do more with it. Learn more. Look for more resource materials. Package your portfolio. Go online and search for data analyst job. Look at the job description and use that to tailor your learning path. It's important. So I don't know if any other person has any question or comments so that we wrap up. We are 18 minutes behind schedule. Question?
So, I'm just going to mention that, well, I thank you all for engaging very well. I mean, I'm surprised. Maybe people that showed interest should be about 22, and at every classes we have been able to hit at least 14, 12, which is not bad, more than 50%, I think. So that was impressive. However, we'll be having premium version of the classes. So help us to tell your friends. I mean, help us too. We have done some good, I believe. So we'll be having paid classes, and even for some of you here, if you know you want to fully go into data analysis, we'll be teaching Tableau, but it won't be for free. We'll be teaching SQL, Excel. So this will be paid classes, and also advanced Power BI. The biggest part of Power BI is, or the most interesting, or the most, do I say, useful part, organization-wise, is Power BI service, where you'll be able to share dashboard with your stakeholders. You'll be able to do role-level security. A lot of things goes up in the Power BI service. In fact, with Power BI service now, I just read an update which I tried already. You can copy and paste table in Power BI service, and it will build chart for you in less than 2 minutes. So it's developed the inside by itself, and etc., etc. And you will not personally have this access to Power BI service unless you have organization email. But if you join our premium version, we open organization email for you, which you'll be able to use to access Power BI service. So a whole lot of package with the premium version. If you are interested in that, please either write me or Pope, or write in the group, and help us tell your friend too. We still continue with the free version until May. After May, we'll not do free version again. So May will be the last batch of free version, and it will be for 2 weeks, and then the paid version will start. So you have a lot to learn looking at our curriculum. I must be honest, I've seen many curriculum, even in Nigeria, they are nothing to write home about, and they are collecting really big money. So we try to be fair with the price, but you can be assured that you will get the best quality. I mean, if you can get something like this for free classes, you should know we can do more for paid classes. So help us tell your friends, colleagues at school, etc., etc., and we'll be very grateful for that. Thank you. Your assignment will be given before the end of today. I mean, your local government will be given before the end of today, or sometimes tomorrow. Any question or suggestion or advice? We have 3 minutes for that, so we round up 2020.
Yes, hello, good evening.